I'm sorry,
And
I'm at the
we're
wrong place.
live.
I'd like one of them Burger King XL burgers with a large fry. Give me one of them large surges. Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled a Darren McFadden and fell asleep in the drive-through. This is actually Violent Wrestling Podcast. this is this is welcome to VWP Violent Wrestling Podcast. It's Tuesday. It's after SmackDown, so you know what that means. It's me, Mox, one of your hosts, with one your other two co-hosts, Miss the one and only, the infamous, the famous Ambrose Alley,
Hey, hey.
and Mister Work No Days Off. Before Darren, after Darren Young, doesn't matter. He's Mister No Days Off, but he's here, Mister Metal Matt. I told you guys the pain meds just kicked in, so buckle up, Buttercup.
And we've got our special guest.
Oh, he's special, all right.
Oh.
And joining us again, it's getting like per usual, and I'm cool with that because you make a great host, and I love talking to you, Mr. Cleveland himself, Mr. Ohio, Mr. Adam. Don't call me. Never mind. Rice.
God,
Adam Rice. There.
The drugs must be kicking in. Good evening,
everybody.
Now, since Adam is here, I must ask the question that needs to be asked. Adam, how did the Browns not make it to the Super Bowl? I mean, what happened there? What do you think went wrong?
I know I'm a special guest, but you're fired.
Oh, by the way,
I've been on the show enough times. I get firing privileges. You're gone, sir.
I'm the only one who can fire around here.
Next week, Matt is being replaced by Adam Rice, and we'll have more as this story develops.
There's no story. See, the season went wrong right about the start, so it is what it is.
Next thing we know, Matt's going to be in a dressing room with just a towel around and like what ooh, what I do? Did you even knock?
Oh, that ain't right.
So how was everybody's week? How are you guys doing?
You know. We're set up at the local.
Ask the dog, but okay.
I'm so glad Cassie is quiet.
We're off to another banging start here, folks.
Hey, you cannot go off the rails if there were never rails to begin with.
This is true.
So and this time I'll be a little quieter since apparently last time I pissed off the dog. How was everybody's week? Everybody okay? Anything going on?
Yep. Still have all my limbs, so it's good. It's good.
Especially two of your middle fingers that you use a lot towards me and Matt.
Oh, the things you guys don't see on camera.
Hey, you're.
I'm doing quite well.
That's me, Greg.
Are we having wine tonight, or are we doing sober AA?
Sober AA.
Boo.
My God, man, it's only Tuesday.
You say that like... Okay, now, never mind. Does the day end in Y?
Okay, true, but still.
Okay. Shit, I forget what show. Spin City, way back in the day, if anybody remembers that show. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and head out early and call it a long weekend. Boss, it's Tuesday. Like, oh. Well, I'm still gonna head out early and call it a long weekend.
If only.
So, we're gonna be talking a little about Raw, SmackDown. Not really a lot to talk about as far as the recapping the shows themselves. Mainly, we're going to be focusing on Royal Rumble and our predictions and other things, other stories leading up around the Royal Rumble, that kind of stuff. Did you guys want to, Matt? Did you want to talk about MLW stuff before we the bulk of the show goes to Royal Rumble?
Yeah, we can do that. Because we did get some big news regarding the MLW Super Fight in a couple of weeks. Because once again, MLW Super Fight will be a live special.
Nice.
So that means they'll be running live on BN as the show goes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, just like they did December 14th and 15th.
Okay.
No, on February 2nd.
Yeah. That's cool that
And
they're
it
doing
will
it.
be sponsored by GoDaddy.com.
Are we sure it isn't sponsored by Low Key's Shiv? Just trying
Nice.
to get some clearance from the audience.
So the match that started MLW, like this was pretty much a cold open match. It was Roosh versus Shane Strickland, and it was a great match. I mean, I can't wait to see what else Roosh does in MLW. Oh wait,
Yep. Go ahead and get that elephant out of the room.
Ugh. Damn it, Ring of Honor.
Oh, Matt Cust. Matt Cust. Not just typing. Matt Cust. Matt Cust in person. Holy shit. What is it? January 22nd?
Yep. Circle the calendar. Circle the day on the calendar.
Matt Cust on a podcast. Matt Cust on a podcast.
And not only that, it's pretty much both their last matches in MLW because Roosh is going to Ring of Honor, and from all indications that we've heard, Shane Strickland is going to WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely did feel like a bit of a write-off for Shane Strickland. I don't know about Roosh, but definitely this because Shane Strickland did cut a promo beforehand, and he has been doing, this whole storyline about how MOW is sort of screwing him over.
Yeah.
And he was basically paying like a lot of money to be in Miami for this show.
No.
And Shane Strickland had kind of went off yesterday and today on Twitter about, don't you just love the people that pass you over and say you aren't good enough and your work sucks, and a few years later, like, oh, the same people are coming up. I've really enjoyed your work all these years. I've really liked you. So something in WWE might be, but something's definitely happened with Shane Strickland.
Yeah.
I think with Shane Strickland, the writing's been on the wall for the last 6 months of the last calendar year that he was on his way out.
I thought he was jumping ship, specifically the WWE, Performance Center class this past summer. I thought he would be one of the names.
But so it was pretty much. It makes sense that they opened the show with that, considering both guys may not be there for the next show. So it was a good open for the fans. Give them two names that people know and want to see, and then let them go on their way. I can't hate on that.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got an interview with Selena Dilolenta.
You just like saying her name.
Oh, be still, my heart, be still.
Back of the line, Jack.
No, he's in a different line. He's in the Tony Storm line.
Sir, I can hold places in many different lines. Thank you.
How do you pull that one off?
Don't ask.
Easiest answer. I was going to say carefully, but
and she announced that since Sammy Callahan failed to take out Filthy Tom Lawler, he must be punished. And so next week he will be facing L.A. Park in the main event of MLW Fusion.
How is that a punishment?
Because he failed Selena de la Venta. And that's just not acceptable.
So he has to wrestle a 50-year-old man.
Yes.
Again.
And I'm not going to pretend to do Matt's announcement of her name, but if she says it's a punishment, it's a damn punishment. You listen to what she says, and you will like it. Or you're going to get a belt to your back, and that's an inside joke that only you guys will get.
So you're saying you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got a literal squash match with Ace Romero defeating Ariel Dominguez.
They seem to be getting behind Ace Romero a bit.
Yeah, because he's facing Simon Gotch in an OW Super Fight. And it did seem like they were teasing a feud between him and Barrington Hughes, with Barrington Hughes having a guest spot on commentary for this match.
All right.
Then we had Ricky Martinez defeating Gringo Loco. And the best part about this match, even though this match was a pretty good match, all things considered, you know, both guys doing a lot of great work, but probably the best part about this match was that Selena de la Venta was
You usually reserve this level of marking out for Becky Lynch. Just stating a fact.
And everybody knows sold Adam there. Everybody.
Well, it's because there's nothing to sell. You all know it's true. Well, fine.
And then in the main event, the Hart Foundation, Brian Pillman Jr. and Davey Boy Smith Jr. went up against the Dirty Blondes, and the Hart Foundation wins. So the Hart Foundation gaining some momentum as they head towards their tag team title match at Super Fight.
Who was Brian Pillman Jr.'s tag partner in the Dirty Blonde?
Tobin Jr.'s in the Hart Foundation.
Or I completely just went. Never mind me. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I was going somewhere else in my question. Like I had a two-part question, and I just put it all in one. And here we are. Remember, you can't go off the rails if there never were rails.
Matt, for those who may not know, who are the Dirty Blondes?
The Dirty Blondes are part of the Stud stable that consists of Leo Bryan and Michael Patrick, and they are managed by none other than Colonel Robert Parker.
Dear God, that man is still alive.
I was going to say something to that effect. Like, I could see how he's still alive, but dude is still in wrestling. And if you guys haven't heard of Colonel Ron Parker, like from back in the day, like, holy shit, this dude's still involved in wrestling.
That dude's been around, what, 35 years?
I know a lot of my childhood, like watching live events, included Colonel Ron Parker. And we all know because we did a birthday thing. Like, I'm 40 and I started watching wrestling like 82, 83. And he was little after that. Maybe when I started seeing him at live shows.
So yeah, it's been every bit of 30 years. Jesus. Good for him, though.
Yeah.
The Stud stable, my God. How many different incarnations of that have there been?
What are you doing?
Oh.
What if I told you that Jack Swagger was part of the stud stable as well?
How do you think you're doing?
That just
I think
doesn't.
we, the people, would boo you.
Oh,
I mean, never forget he was the runner-up in the first ever Battle Riot match.
Let's get out in my areas,
But
man.
damn it, I was trying to forget.
the less I remember about Jack Swagger, the better.
There's only
And that's nothing against Jack Swagger.
there's just
Oh, who the hell am I kidding? Yes, it is. I literally
Oh.
can't spin that into a nicer sentence.
Yeah. I'm sure he's a decent guy and stuff in real life, but damn.
couch hugger. What do you homies needs to go?
And then finally, we have one new match announced for MLW Silver Fight. It's going to be Puma King going one-on-one with Gringo Loco.
Noise.
Well, that's
That's
Just go ahead and say it.
MLW. That's all for this week in MLW news.
and now the box with weather.
You asshole. It's raining, and I seriously. Damn it. I should have used the actual voice. The Family Guy. Because
It's gonna rain.
it literally, like, it's raining. Like, it cold as fuck. Finally warmed up a little today, and rain. Let me check.
Yeah.
It's raining. But on the plus side, I'm in the Rev and it's 63 degrees, so I don't need to be in the Rev for like warmth. I'm just in the Rev to get out of the rain.
Baby steps. So, Matt, you said you saw the debut episode, at least a little bit of it, of Women of Wrestling on Access TV.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. I saw the opening segment with Tessa Blanchard and Santana Garrett. It was a pretty good little promo. I think Tessa Blanchard shined very well. Santana Garrett, her promo wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't, but it wasn't. But Santana's promo wasn't exactly very smooth.
Oh, now I get it, and I hate you. Oh, dude, that was so bad.
How did you not get it the first time off
Because
air?
I'm an idiot.
Well, duh.
Oh, I feel bad for myself and
Speaking
mostly
of
myself.
women,
No, that's your goal.
Adam's brother says hi, everybody. Speaking of
Yeah.
women's wrestling shows, Rocky Mountain Pro teamed up with Lucha Libre and Laughs promotion.
Timberman.
No, they didn't do Timberman, but they did an all women's respect women's wrestling show, which I've seen results and stuff, and I've seen clips. I wasn't able to watch it all, but it's getting rave reviews on social media through
Silly.
Facebook. So
Tis
check.
just be
And
silly.
it's the first ever in the state of Colorado an all women's wrestling show was presented.
Awesome.
And they're going to start
big-
doing it more regularly.
Yes. And to use a
Goodbye.
term Adam just used, baby steps. Like this was a baby step, but it was also a big baby step.
Mhm.
Like to say you did something the first time in an entire state. So again, with Lucha Libres and Laughs, and with a lot of other help, they just put on the very first all women's show. So that's neat. And
And that'll be that'll be a thing that happens more and more now.
yeah, oh yeah.
With women's wrestling finally taking off a bit in this country.
Since Stephanie McMahon finally invented women, like they can finally start having women wrestling shows.
I want to drink bleach so badly right now. But
Because of the Browns or because of what I said?
why can't it be both?
Well, true. But yeah, like AA pointed out, and they're going to be doing more. And if you guys follow us or want to follow us on Twitter at Violent Wrestling No G, we'll post some links of the show, or you can follow Rocky Mountain Pro themselves on Twitter, and there's links up of. I don't know if the whole show's up yet or just some matches, but if nothing else, there's links where you can see what happened and who all was involved. It was, again, and I apologize. I've only had a pretty rough week, have a pretty rough month, so I haven't been able to watch the entire show. Again, I only seen clips, but just the fact of the matter that it happened is really, really cool, and the fact that they're gonna do more in the future is even cooler. So, hat tip to them, and continue good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the more the better. Box, did you say that you saw pieces of the women's wrestling show on Access?
Yes.
What was your first impression?
It needs work. The show itself wasn't bad. Um, for one, you have to remember I don't stream it illegally, but I stream it. It for first impression, like you can see where they're like it's good feet on the ground kind of show, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to build on. Um, my internet kept messing up, so I every time I'd have to refresh, like I was so far behind from when I left off. But so as far as matches and stuff, like I couldn't give you a breakdown match per match, but from what I saw, it was decent enough to as a start, like as a beginning.
Okay, so let me ask you an overall question then. How much of the old Glow's imprint do you feel on this show? Because the guy who started Glow is one of the producers behind Women of Wrestling.
Yeah, see, that's what I was. That's the reason why I tuned in, because I didn't know if it was going to be like more of a remake of Glow. There was some, but what little there was, it wasn't much. And it definitely wasn't like the original '80s Glow. Maybe more, and there wasn't even much of the Netflix version of Glow. And there was, to some degree,
Many men
there was
wish
that
death upon me.
not a not enough to like distract you or really even speak on. Like it was subtly there, just nothing over the top. Kind of like, oh, they're actually putting Glow back on TV,
My
not as a
upgrades, I should be
Netflix
all
series, but as a
alone.
wrestling show. It wasn't like that at all. Like it was a wrestling show without.
Yes. Yes.
Is theatrics the word I'm looking for here?
I think you're trying to say there was an influence, but
Yeah,
it isn't a carbon copy.
right. Yeah, precisely. Some influence, but not like definitely not a carbon copy, and not enough of an influence where it got silly or anything like that.
Now I do know they're using the old Glow trope of the nicknames
Yeah,
in the heavy produced kind of backstories.
right. Would it? Yeah, that's I was referring to like more in ring stuff, but yeah, of course that's there. but it feels different, if that makes sense.
You're not. It's not kind of because even in Glow, you still had the Moolah influenced wrestling.
Right.
In this, you're obviously seeing different people from different training backgrounds, so it makes the product looks better, even though it's still borrowing those story elements from Glow.
You word good. I know word good. But yes.
I try.
Well, and as a Texan, bowing down to a Hoen. A Hoen.
What? You're the worst.
I hope. Never mind. I'm not going to try to say it again. As somebody from fucking Ohio.
Thank you.
But yes, it's there, but it's not there at the same time.
All right. I missed it. I wanted to watch it, but I missed it. So I'll hop into it this week and see what it looks like because I do want to give it a chance, even though some of the more glow influence stuff is kind of cringy to me. But I'll give it a chance because
I think Access is replaying this first episode midweek before they play the second episode. I think I might be wrong. But you can check your local channels for AXS TV and see when and where you can find it on your local channels, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
So where do you guys want to go next? Do you want to go to Raw, SmackDown?
Well, I'm just getting out of the shower with a bathrobe on or a towel on, so what are you guys doing here?
All right, Mandy.
Matt, you want to hit us with some quick pointers of Raw real quick?
I can see if I can try to remember what happened on Raw.
Oh, so it's that memorable, huh?
The only thing off the top of my head is 2 more people announced for the Rumble and the Women's Rumble.
Which is a piece of good news.
One's a very good news, which is Alexa Bliss, which means she's cleared. So, love her or hate her or not, like, she's cleared because that's been such a big question of like what's really going on. So at least they're not gonna, even if she gets eliminated right away, like Bushwhacker style, they wouldn't put her in there unless she was clear. So that's good news on that front.
Another piece of good news: no topless segment.
Boo!
Oh, shut up.
You know I joke.
Although that also exploded today, and we can touch on that. But what else really happened on Raw?
I'm trying to remember who the other one on Raw was announced for the Women's Royal Rumble, and I just went blank.
Did Lacey Evans announce?
Yes. Wasn't it Lacey?
I know she cut it. I know she cut a shit-tastic promo.
So basically a normal Lacey Evans promo?
Yep. And that's not to say, I don't want to shit on Lacey in her debut because we don't know where the story's going to go, what she's going to do, or how she's going to turn out. But her character lends itself to be kind of shit on, and when you don't articulate your promos correctly, and you're playing something up to either make up for it or because you're nervous, it ruins your debut.
You tell that to 300.5 ounce Nia Jax, sir. You tell it to her right now. I bet you don't have the balls to tell it to 300.5 ounce Nia Jax.
I'm just bathing in that real quick. Hold on. Yeah. But, Lexi getting up on the chair to yell and that whole segment, the only things you can take from it is that Lacey's pretty much going to make her wrestling debut on the main roster in the Rumble, and Alexa's cleared. But nothing really else. Brock came out early in the night, did Brock things.
Oh, and
Oh, how about that Ronda promo?
oh God, you hate us, don't you, Matt?
No.
A little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Ronda, am I wrong to say she should be better at this?
Nope.
I mean, she was a fighter. She should know how to shit talk somebody, even in a fake setting. Sorry, everybody. A pre-scripted setting.
Hey, Mo, sent to at PWFan01 on Twitter.
You know where to find me. But she doesn't. You will cut your hair off and wash her feet with. What is that?
How does that even? You got me. Unless her goal is to I'm promo or trying to confuse my opponent to sleep, or just confuse them. Period. So because that's about all that's accomplishing.
I'm not to Brock levels of apathy towards Ronda because I think there are pieces of Ronda that can be likable.
What pieces, sir? What pieces?
I'm not at liberty to say it, but she has to get better at this. And I'm not talking. And it's not in ring. It's really not in ring. She can do the physical stuff.
Excuse me.
But when you put a mic in her hand, she turns to jello.
No.
And it makes it hard. If you can't articulate where you're coming from in a wrestling setting, you lose half of what you're trying to do.
If not more.
If not more. And it doesn't help that when she goes on Twitter.
Oh God! Go ahead.
And I know that's a side thing from doing live promos, but the reason why I bring it up
It's
is
even
because
worse.
it's worse.
Even worse.
She's in a setting where she can sit down and type and backspace and think out what she wants to say, and it still comes out.
And before you hit send, reread it. Like, does this make sense? Like, you have all the and at Twitter or at Fed government, if you have at Twitter listening to us, please block at Ronda Rousey from tweeting for a while. Like, somebody give that girl some coaching on how to tweet.
Does Ronda not have friends? For her to take her
apparently
phone?
She has 3.
Well, none of them are doing her any good. Because if she can't lean over to Shayna or Jessamine or Marina and ask them, hey, does this look good? Does this make sense? And for none of them to say, nah, girl, this isn't going to work.
This ain't it. She's paying. She has and I'm just assuming she has to have a publicist on payroll. You're literally fucking paying somebody to help you with this stuff. Where's this person at? because what
Well,
you're doing
you bring
is
that
wow.
up, but do you guys not remember her disastrous appearance on Mike and Mike or
Oh
Wolf and
God.
Winga, whatever it was, before she went to WWE?
Ah, yeah.
She can't talk in an interview setting. So let's run this down real quick because, like I said, this is not an in-ring thing.
Does
She
anybody have the
can't
chat
come.
open? Hey, Matt. I
Yeah.
can't because I'm on mobile. Did we lose AA?
Allie.
AA?
Uh-oh.
Allie.
We have lost Allie, I think. I don't know.
Here comes the violence. Nope, that didn't summon her.
Nope. Well,
She might be watching Cassie.
that could be. But and I hope we do figure out if Chaps it or not. No. But let's look at Ronda from the other important aspects of wrestling. She can't cut a promo.
Nope.
She can't apparently use social media.
Nope.
And she can't do literal interviews. So
Nope.
I asked the panel, what do you do with her?
Oh, distinguished
Turn
and shit
heel.
with the word panel. Like,
Yeah.
oh, let me
The-
tighten up my necktie. I'm on a panel.
So I asked my distinguished co-host here,
Ooh.
what do you do with Ronda?
Turn her heel.
And let Shayna and the others let Shayna do the talking?
Sure.
Because that's common. We know the horsewomen are common. But they have to mitigate Ronda.
Oh, come on.
Because Ronda,
Even your brother, oh, come on.
I
A
know.
completely different thing, but right perfectly timed.
It could let me ask you guys this, because they did this a little bit for Charlotte.
Real quick to before you go, let me answer a little bit of that question you posed. Even if they gave her a mouthpiece, like say something on the lines of Paul with Brock, where Brock just has to bounce around and turn purple by bouncing around. Even then, Ronda doesn't pull that off very well with the facial expressions and like getting like she doesn't even she's not a good actor. She's just not. She somebody else could talk for her and that would be great, better at least. But if you're hard camera focused on whoever's talking for her while she's in the ring with that person, that's still gonna because she's not gonna be able to keep the mean mug face or the laughing because I'm better than you face, that kind of thing. That at least Brock can do that of, oh shit, he's not playing.
It also helps, and I don't mean
And if
this as
AA's back.
Oh, hey, Grant. Why don't you back your artillery?
now. As soon as Allie settles in, I'll ask her
It's a
too.
45, guys.
At least with Brock, we know Brock for a shoot doesn't give a shit.
Right.
So Brock can put off whatever he wants because that's just who Brock is.
And we know for shoot, all you have to do with Rhonda is dangle a Twizzler above her head and she's gonna start laughing.
Nice reference.
And if you don't get that reference as a commercial, it's not then like not PG. It's a Twizzler commercial. Anyway. AA, are you still with us? I hear you moving. Or Cassie, one of the two. Cassie.
Does Cassie have the earphones on?
She might. Cassie's the wonder dog.
Hey, thanks for destroying my trading post, Grant.
It's hard. It's just seeing Ronda's reactions to everything make everything else she tries to do even more baffling.
Yes. And we've seen when she doesn't have time to rehearse matches like the Natty match.
But speaking of that, I didn't hate the tag match this week.
Oh, yeah. And we did officially, Ronda has lost in WWE. Ronda tagged with Natty and faced the Boston Hug Connection. And like Sasha said, no matter what they try to rewrite or whatever, Ronda has lost in WWE.
And one thing I appreciated out of this match is that they have made Ronda look vulnerable to someone who isn't a giant, like Nia. Sasha held her own, and I like how Sasha put Ronda in the bank statement.
Yes.
Instead of doing the knees to the backstabber transition, which I don't think Ronda could pull off. I'm sorry. They worked around it and did a side Russian leg sweep, float over into the bank statement, which works easier for all involved. Now we'll get to our Rumble predictions
Eventually.
eventually.
It
But
might be next episode, but we'll get there.
yeah. You mean after the Rumble?
Yeah. And watch us still get most of it wrong.
Right. But this thing, they have successfully heated up Sasha Banks into a credible opponent.
Definitely. That's one thing that's been going as far as that one match in particular is like that they've done that much to heat Sasha up and the weekly in and out stuff. Like it's
That's what she said.
sir. Are they starting to serve alcohol at Burger King or something?
Not as far as I know.
Then you better check your drink, sir.
Yeah.
But they've done that much for this match. Is at least it's not like as bad as it could have been, if that makes sense. Like, okay, some of us, like, for the more casual fans might have some optimism of, oh, Sasha could win. We all fucking know better, but
I mean, she should win, but
true.
Oh, yeah.
They've at least done that job of the storytelling of Sasha could win Sunday.
Just another thing I want to talk about from Raw. It's amazing what a week of rumored release requests can do for a team. 1 week, the rumor is you've requested your release from the WWE. The next week, you're in a segment with Vince.
Heyo.
You still lost. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, apparently the Revival have requested their release from the WWE, although there have been some reports come out to deny that or
Yeah. And speaking of Sasha, she made a reply on Twitter, take me with you.
She is trolling so hard.
Yes. And the internet just explodes when people, and there are certain people, and I'm not going to give them the time of day to name their names, but you guys know who the fuck I'm talking about, that take that shit and run with it. She's trolling. She's having fun, just like we all should on social media.
And let's point out that Sasha and Bayley are tight with the Revival.
Yes.
They promote them on their social media as often as they can,
But
especially recently.
that one little reply had turned into article and article and comment and comment and comment and comment about how Sasha's unhappy and has asked for her release and shut the fuck up.
Like within an hour, PW Stream had an article about it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the other important tag team news coming out of Raw, Hawkins and Ryder reunited.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
I hope they, you know what? I know this won't happen. I hope they win the tag titles.
Hey, it's 2019, man. We're booking this shit.
Oh, that's right. We're the authority. I totally forgot. You couldn't have fooled me because I don't know people who would intentionally book this shit.
Hey, hey. As soon as we start talking WWE. And see, this is kind of the problem.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you is.
We thought Cassie took over the microphone.
Yes. We wanted her predictions on SummerSlam. Look at me doing an R-Truth. Fuck it. We're doing SummerSlam predictions tonight. right now. Fuck it right now.
Oh, you're also in Green Bay, Wisconsin?
Sir, I just got back from Stanford, Connecticut.
What the hell are they doing?
Oh, that's nice. I enjoyed that.
I think AA's doing something with her mic going.
So there's really not much else from Raw.
Yeah, let's get to SmackDown. AA, we'll jibber jabber while you're getting your mic situated.
I apologize for the coughing in the background, everybody.
We know you're. No, you don't.
You're right, I don't.
Dude, what are they doing?
That's what your brother fits right in the WWE conversation. What are they
He really
doing?
does. I mean, his timing is impeccable.
Like, accidentally just went in the background, like, what are they doing? That's what we've been talking about for 30 minutes.
But SmackDown.
How was the Andrade Ray 2 falls out of 3? 2 out of 3 falls. You know what I was trying to say. How was that?
Matt, do you want to take that?
Well, the show opened up with the man, Becky Lynch.
Oh, of course.
And so that she wants the main event WrestleMania. Then Asuka and Charlotte come out. Charlotte comes out for really no reason at all. And speaking of no reason at all, Asuka attacks Becky from behind for no reason whatsoever. So that's yet another heel turn by Asuka.
And AA's back. Dude, you see every week. We should just rename the podcast to Matt Says Oscar Turns Heel. Like, because it's every week.
You can't deny it.
You know, this is one of those cases where the WWE's insistence to look past heel and faces actually kind of works. Unless you're Charlotte. Because she's not going to get cheered for anything. But
I knew where you were going, sir.
Asuka and Becky are living in this tweener baby face. None of it's obstinately heel.
Yeah. Definition of tweener.
But none of it's tweener with a baby face.
Oh, you gotta do it before we
Likability?
Yeah. And no one, I guarantee you, when Asuka walks into the Rumble on Sunday, she's going to get a pop, a babyface pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
But from some people. Some people are going to cheer like hell for Becky, and we'll see where the chips fall by the end of the match.
Who's got chips? I'm hungry.
Oh, you poor thing.
So my home city's way
So it's
better than yours. So
I
have
know your
cards
brother is
that are
not
better
talking
than
shit to
yours,
somebody online about
in
his own city
which
being better than somebody else's.
I think he's playing the game. I'm not sure.
well, basically with mine,
I don't know what's happening.
So,
I have two cards that basically
sorry to keep bringing him up.
allow me to.
I know. He's allowed. I'm sorry.
All of a sudden he comes in and what he's saying is like kind of like on point.
But no, and Matt, if I'm not mistaken, they brawled through an entire commercial break, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So they're letting
Well, I mean, Asuka started it, so
Did Becky finish it?
yep, absolutely.
All right.
So that means Oscar's going over Sunday to also do the people I will not speak of conspiracy theory.
I don't think so. I really don't think so because
But
they had
Becky
Asuka
Lynch
stand.
will.
They had Asuka stand tall over Becky and Charlotte before TLC, and she still
mine's
won.
really bad. It's such a small.
You know,
So don't ever give up hope.
I'm telling you now, give up hope.
Never.
Oh,
Never.
and this is coming from a Cleveland Browns fan.
I have no hope. Therefore, I have nothing
Yeah.
left to give.
But you know where the line is, like, and even you're saying like, "Fuck it, dude, give up hope."
No, I
Like,
just know you know what? Do you guys just want to get into the Rumble predictions?
Well, I mean,
did any other women on SmackDown announce for the Rumble? Or are we still left at 7 unknown?
I think we're still left at 7, and for that matter, I don't know if any other men announced.
Because like I also the Dutch they get
It's
so like
it's WWE, Rice, Women's Wrestling Entertainment.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. But I will say again, Andrade and Ray put on another fantastic match. We got another destroyer, except it came out of a power bomb, kind of from Andrade's shoulders. Like Ray jumped from his shoulders into the flip pile driver. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. They once again pull out all the stops, and I don't know what the goal is here outside of they're wanting these guys just to go show out on SmackDown.
I think that is the goal. I honestly think that is the goal. There might be a pay-per-view at Elimination Chamber match kind of thing, but I think that is the goal. Is just fucking put on good matches on a weekly status, you know.
Is this? Let me play Cynic for a second.
Would you play? What do you mean play?
Shut up. Is this WWE finally taking advantage of the fact that Ray's back in the company so they can pass that Latino torch to Andrade?
Did you say Latina?
Latino.
Well,
That Hispanic star that they've been looking for since Ray left the previous time.
I get what you're asking, and to some degree, like, why wouldn't they?
Because Sin Cara's flamed out. They never got behind Grand Metalik or the other guy in Lucha House Party.
Kalisto?
Kalisto. They did get kind of behind Kalisto, but not really.
Yeah, I'm saying lately, like your Hispanic stars are kind of MIA.
It's been that way since Ray left.
Cassie, stop it.
Cassie, don't stop it. Cassie, give her a hard time. Y'all pick on me every week for my dogs giving me a hard time. Cassie, give her hell. Give her hell.
She's giving me kisses.
Aww.
Speaking of, where's Shadow?
Don't talk to me, sir. Speaking of, my thumbprints like swiping. I wish I could take a picture of this. You know, like people see faces and like food and whatever. Like I saw Jesus and cornbread. Like I literally have
I have cards on my neck that like
a
my
picture
villagers
of.
gather stuff faster.
It's weird. I'll just shut up, but it might just. It's not just magnets, but
Factories.
and I can't take a screenshot of it because it's on
my
Anyway,
soldiers have better
so-
hit points. I have a fort.
Cassie, I need kisses too.
Something like that.
Uncle Mox is here.
Well, this show is taking a turn.
I'm not gonna say it. Anything else happen on SmackDown?
Shane McMahon got thrown through the Miz through a table.
Shane took a table spot. News at 11.
Okay, I'm sorry, you're right. I don't get what they're doing with Shane and Matt's favorite wrestler, The Miz, but
Yeah, the son of the boss and Mr. Channel Changer himself are challenging for the tag titles.
I didn't know Miz was Vince's son.
oh,
Wait, I thought all these years I've been confused. Huh?
you done now?
Depends on how far Matt wants to take this.
They had
I
a
mean-
match. I'll give the full picture. They had a match at the bar. Miz did a lot of the work. Shane was going to do his usual high spot, jump from the turnbuckle to the announcer table. He got pushed off, face at the barricade. Bar got the upper hand, table spot. Then Shane took a brogue kick right on the temple. Like
the Shirley Temple. Yeah, we're there, pal. We're there. We're live.
I don't have.
Wait, Sheamus was being stiff? Say it ain't so.
Well, okay, good point. But you know how the McMahons are. Both
No,
Vince,
since you live, all up in Greenwich, Connecticut, why don't you tell us about them? Go
I
ahead.
don't live in. Shut up.
You know so well. Come on. You
They've
played
always.
Day?
You let me talk,
Nope.
Dick. They have this unhealthy need to kind of want to prove how manly they are, so they shoot everything they do. So I'm seeing Shane eat the bottom of Sheamus's foot, going, "That's a concussion. You shouldn't do that."
Okay, it has to be said because you led me here. Is Stephanie really proving how much of a man she is?
So
Again, I reiterate for the fourth time, you can't go off the rails if you were never on the rails.
okay, so outside of those instances, nothing really happened on SmackDown. No controversy, thankfully. Although Mandy Rose did go over Naomi.
And that pissed a lot of people on Twitter off. A lot of people.
And I don't blame them.
And neither do I. Like, I wasn't making fun of the people that were pissed. Just like,
If it ends the feud, fine.
No, I'm sorry, I'm going to disagree. You can't have the heel get the eventual win in this storyline.
This is WWE, sir.
I just want logic.
oh, but Matt had the trump card.
This is WWE.
Yeah.
And from everything I've heard, because I didn't see it, Mandy no good.
Yeah, the two of them didn't really have any chemistry.
But was it no chemistry, or is Mandy still very green?
Yes. Also, Naomi isn't very good either, I don't think. So it was just kind of a mess.
Can we please get Naomi away from this mess and get Sonya away from this mess? Mandy's a mess. Can we just please not anymore?
I mean, Mandy tried to turn off SpongeBob while Sonya was sleeping.
I saw that.
I don't know how good of a friend she is.
I won't get into some of their social media stuff, but I get the impression that Sonya, well, most days just wants to strangle Mandy in real life. And I
Meanwhile, Eva Marie's just fucking running the celebrity Big Brother house.
We don't need to get into that nonsense.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about this nonsense. Okay, I see how it is. I see it. Okay.
Mandy's...
It's the 2019 Brown season. How's that going to work out?
Why do you want to hurt me? Is what I want to know.
Anything else on SmackDown? Because we do have to get to SummerSlam.
Rumble.
No, SummerSlam.
Fine.
I did it on damn purpose, and you sold it, you son of a...
Nothing on SmackDown else than that I remember. Matt, is there anything else you want to... Or Matt's dog?
Apparently that's a no.
Okay.
Hey, you're still with us?
I'm still with you.
Yay.
All right. Well, then.
Mad Dog's pissed about something. Probably didn't share Burger King with her or something.
I would imagine.
Well, my dog had to go and get neutered yesterday, so he's not very happy. Yeah, he had to get the Bob Barker treatment.
You don't just pop that on somebody. You forewarned them. Like, my dog had surgery yesterday, so they can repair. Like, did they get their balls cut? Like, you can't just spring that on somebody, dude. Like,
why not?
Because now my stomach hurts.
Is it your stomach?
Damn, dude.
This year, the 2019 Royal Rumble hails from Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. This is the 32nd Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
I'll go ahead and fuck it up like they do and say the 32nd anniversary.
Shut up. I'll do what I want. There are 9 matches on the card. Do you guys want to start with the Rumble matches or end with the Rumble matches?
Yes.
You're
Wait a minute. I thought we were doing SummerSlam. What are we doing?
Yeah.
SummerSlam or the Rumble, WrestleMania? What?
We're doing the Royal Rumble because there's no way we could do SummerSlam.
Bullshit. Are you new to social media? It'd probably be quicker if we do the individual matches first
Yeah.
and then get to the Rumble.
The match that is designated as the pre-show match is for the WWE United States Championship. Rusev,
Oh man, I was hoping it was Ronda Rousey's match.
How dare you, sir?
Oh, that's right, because it's got Sasha in it. Yeah, I apologize.
Rusev is the champion, and he's defending against the former champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Who you got?
I think Rusev wins, but I'd rather see Nakamura win.
Rusev, and can we please start doing fucking something with the United States Championship again?
Allie, I know you haven't been watching much WWE, but if you had to pick, who would you pick?
Rusev.
Little boy.
I'm going clean sweep here. What was that?
I have no idea what the hell. It sounds like someone. Damn it, boy!
I want to make a clean sweep here. I'm going Rusev, and like you said, Mox, please do something with the United States Championship, or else shoot it into the sun at this point.
Well, you keep fucking with us since we're their authority now. We'll make it the Canadian Championship, and fuck you guys.
I'm cool with that. The next match, so it's clean sweep. Rusev retains, and hopefully moves on to something better. What? I don't know.
The whole, and just to take a quick pause of the actual predictions.
I mean, you can if they do.
The
But I don't usually
on
do
both
it
shows.
until-
When I say undercard, like the mid card titles have just been what the living hell.
They've done nothing.
Yeah, on both shows, the IC and the US, like what?
We're coming to a head here, and
That's what she said.
I know it. I don't think either title is long for this world.
And that's a damn shame. That's just a damn shame.
It is. But they've put themselves in this position by not taking care of those
that guy
belts.
left already. It's 1v2. I think that guy should play too.
But to move on to the most anticipated match of the evening for Matt, the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus versus The Miz and Shane McMahon. Matt, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Sandy interferes and wins the titles.
No, sir, you cannot.
I'll allow it.
Who
Yeah,
interfered?
like this is one of my least favorite storylines going on right now. Just for me, it's like the biggest slap in the face to the tag team division to have Mr. Channel Changer himself, The Miz, and the boss's son as the tag team championship challengers.
That's the second time you got those monikers confused, but go ahead.
Mox, The Bar, or Shane and Miz?
Well, for one, I missed what Matt said about who should do a run in and win.
Who'd you say, Matt?
Sanity.
Sanity.
Oh, well, yeah, that works too. Shit. I'm just so tired of seeing the same tag teams over and over on both brands.
Yes.
Even though, like, okay, technically Shane and Vince, hey, Shane and the best in the world, Miz, aren't new per se, or aren't old. Like, just get something going with the tag team division. I'll go Shane Miz here.
Allie.
Shane and Miz.
As much as this is going to make a lot of people cringe,
Oh, something you're used to.
right? Shane McMahon is going to walk out of the Royal Rumble a tag team champion.
And you know what that means.
Then we might as well throw the titles in the trash. It's over. It's done. No more tag team titles.
Oh, I messed up.
This whole storyline has been set up for Miz and Shane to win, including the beatdown tonight. And I know we're all tired of McMahon's and our storylines. I know we are.
No, it's not even that per se.
And for me, it's going to be hard to sit here and go, Shane McMahon's a tag champion. It's different when it was the Hardcore Championship. Or even when he was European Championship, because there was interference happening in his matches, and you knew it was all by shenanigans anyway. I think Matt might have a point. We could see Sanity interfere here. But they would interfere and attack the Bar, which would set up Miz and Shane winning. But regardless of how it happens, Shane McMahon's walking out of that building SmackDown Tag Team Champion. And I don't know where you go after that.
It goes downhill.
Probably. But to probably the most, outside of the Rumbles, I'd have to say this is the most anticipated match on the card that's coming up next. For the WWE Raw Women's Championship. The champion, Ronda Rousey, is defending against the boss, Sasha Banks. We mentioned earlier that they have heated up Sasha to the point where this is a credible match. That said, Ronda Rousey's still winning on Sunday. And to change it up, Allie, Ronda, or Sasha?
Well, I would want Sasha, but I think they're going to go with Ronda.
Mox.
I know the truth and I know what I want. And this time they don't equal. Ronda wins. And like you guys were saying about, like, maybe Sanity shows up. There might be some kind of four horsewomen shenanigans stuff, but
Got the supply line.
I'm going to pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
I'm gonna pistol whip.
Matt, who do you got?
It should be Sasha that wins, but they're going to have Ronda win.
Like I said, I want Sasha to win. Don't get me wrong. I want to get that belt off Ronda because Ronda needs some sort of rehab at this point. But I add a second question to the end of this. Do we see the
Oh
beginnings?
gosh.
Do we see the beginnings of the horsewoman stuff at the Rumble?
I hope not, because again, like I've said before, it's one of those things that seems like a good idea, but it won't be.
You have settlers to automatically.
Mox.
I'm kind of on Matt's side on this. I think we might. It depends on later predictions on who's going to be, especially with the women's rumble, who's going to be surprise entrances. Uh, there's already seeds of it. I don't see where right now, leading up to Mania, where this does anybody any favors, because they're not going to turn right around and do four horsewomen versus four horsewomen thing at Mania. Ronda goes over. Bailey tries to help, can't get there in time. But then you have to remember they've already announced Elimination Chamber women's tag team title stuff. Ronda goes over. That's the simplest way I can put it right now.
Yeah. So what I have next is what I'll do here. I'll flip it a little bit because there apparently will be two pre-show matches on this card, and the second pre-show match is the Fatal 4-Way with the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. The champion Buddy Murphy defends against Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto.
Matt's credit, and I thought we were going in order.
I just saw that they had
the Sheamus versus the Bar tag team match should be pre-show. It should be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, yes, you do have the GOAT with a couple strag-alongs, but that is so pre-show worthy.
I agree, but like I said,
Sorry.
Who do you got in the Cruiserweight title match? Mox.
I go Buddy here.
Allie.
I'll go along with Mox on this one.
Matt.
Matt?
I'll go with Buddy Murphy as well.
Another clean sweep here. I'm going Buddy Murphy because I don't see anyone else in this match who they've put in a position to dethrone him. I think this is just an excuse to have the Cruiserweight title match on the card, but then not run another Alexander Murphy match. Or an Ali Murphy match.
For one, I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. Like, I'm looking ahead and seeing what can happen there.
Agreed.
And it wouldn't take much for Buddy to keep that title after Rumble for a month and a half, 2 months, whatever, and have just a fantastic, hopefully not on pre-show, cruiserweight match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wherever they decide to go.
So next we have the match for the WWE Championship. Champion Daniel Bryan defends against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Allie?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Got Daniel from Mox. Matt.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, this one's another easy one to pick, in my opinion. They're doing so much with the Daniel stuff, with this almost militant, progressive heel character he's doing. Although tonight he cut a promo that was actually it's kind of a little close to home. You could tell Vince got a little uncomfortable because Daniel Bryan was calling him on his shit in character, but there was a lot of truth to it, so it was weird. He even said during his promo tonight with AJ and Vince standing in the ring, I'm not going to get in the ring with a sociopath.
Yeah, that was #awkward.
Yeah, and Vince and AJ look at each other like he ain't talking about me.
Right? Like, well, I'm not. Are you? Well, I'm. If you have to look at somebody else, like who's being called a sociopath? Maybe both.
Might be, but they're doing too much with Daniel to take the belt off him now. And I don't know where that leads going into the Rumble. I mean, to Mania. Because if he wins at the Rumble, he isn't losing at the Chamber. Unless they want to swerve us for some reason. And I don't know who they'd want to swerve us with on SmackDown.
See, that's the thing about the current what's going on with Rumble versus, because I still believe that there's a new beginning for not. Yes, it's in the title, but it's not what I meant. But there's going to be a refresh.
Like my church grant, which is why it's just so good. I get to celebrate.
Don't quite know what it's going to be about.
It makes me count resources.
I know some people online have been speculating the WWE might run Bryan versus Cena for number 17.
Oh,
Mania.
God, I hope not. I hope not.
Although that would be interesting because Cena's schedule apparently is very tight. So which is why they wanted to put Cena with Sullivan, because Cena could do the job and get out real quick and help launch Lars Sullivan. But Sullivan's mental health does not put that into question. So there's also talk of that Bryan versus Cena. I don't know if they do number 17, but you know it's in their back pocket.
I don't think they should.
Well, they will. I don't think they should here.
I'd agree with that. Cena's going to get number 17.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt.
But
I mean, it would be a slap in the face to all the active superstars, but I could see them doing it.
I don't think. I know that's a complaint a lot of people have, and I see that complaint a lot in the wrestling blogosphere, the podcasting. I hear that. I don't think a lot of those people will give a care. We know what they think of John. The John we see now isn't the guy who killed the Nexus in one night. So
yeah, the John we see now, the last two WrestleManias went with no opponent for WrestleMania calling out Undertaker and marriage proposal match. How did both of those turn out?
right. I mean, Cena has been made to look the fool twice now. Not to mention his U.S. Open challenges, putting guys over, giving them the time. I could see them going to this well.
His new hair kind of makes him look the fool on its own.
He needs to talk to somebody about that because that's a dead squirrel on his head.
Damn. Davy Crockett.
King of the Wild Frontier.
You get it.
I'm too young to get it, but I get it. But clean sweep, Daniel Bryan retains versus Styles at the Rumble. We now moved into the proverbial David versus Goliath.
Uh-oh.
WWE Champion, Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar comes out of hiding. Comes to back to wrestle Finn Balor for the title. I go to you,
This
Mox.
motherfucker said Baylor. Finn Balor.
Balor. Same difference. Mox.
Well, first and
This-
foremost, his name is Finn Sin Balor.
I saw that. Very nice.
Yes.
Does Finn Balor pull the upset?
There, no way. And you asked me first, so I'll answer first. No way, but damn if that wouldn't just be glorious. Oh man, I could take like everybody else that I want to win, lose, and who I want to be in the Rumble, not be in the Rumble. If just this one thing happened, and then just send his happy ass back to his farm and be done with it.
Matt.
It's not going to happen.
No. Matt.
Brock's winning, but
Does Finn Balor beat
Like
Brock
several
Lesnar?
other matches on this. Like several other matches on this card, Finn Balor should win, but he won't.
Allie, Lesnar or Balor?
As with both Mox and we're talking about, yeah, Finn should win, but it's going to be Brock.
which sucks so bad.
Going into tonight, every fiber of my being is screaming at me. Lesnar's going to win. But I'm going to go ahead and be stupid.
Well,
Shut up.
I know where
you're...
because I want to too.
There is a reason they haven't invoked Braun Strowman recently into this feud.
Well, besides the injury.
Besides the injury. Braun Strowman is going to cost Brock Lesnar the WWE Universal Championship. Balor's leaving Chase Field the WWE Universal Champion.
Match share great.
They want the belt off Brock. They have to get the belt off Brock. I would phrase it. They have to get the belt off Brock.
You know, as much shit as they get for we're going a different direction. We're the authority now, and the memes and shit that's come out of that. Dude, I'm like 90-something% with you. Like, if you want to be serious, fucking be serious and do it right here, right now.
Get the belt off Brock.
Yes.
Get it on Finn.
How the fuck are you going to be a draw? Well, he's a draw at house shows. How when you're never at house shows? He makes money. How? Okay, yes, people do buy shirts, and yes, he's a money maker, but there's other money makers in the company.
Right.
He's not a gate draw if he's never at the damn gate.
This idea that the WWE has to keep paying Brock money so he doesn't go do UFC or he's not going to do AEW. That'd be beneath him.
I don't even know if AEW would want him, if that makes any kind of sense.
I understand what you're saying. If they got the belt off Brock here, let Braun and Brock go do something at Mania.
Yeah, put him in a
If,
Hell in a Cell at Mania. Give him. I don't give a fuck what. Put them in any match at Mania. Put them on the pre-show. Put them main event. I don't give a flying fuck. If it's not for the Universal Championship, because Finn won it at Rumble, dude, you aces in my book. Like,
because Finn.
Hiroshi Tanahashi's in your book?
what now?
Because
Who's in my book?
Did you say that because
Hiroshi Tanahashi is in your book?
Did you say that because you said it's aces in my book?
Yes.
Was that the pun you were trying to make, sir?
And it wasn't a bad pun. It was just,
You didn't get it at first.
well, I didn't hear what he said at first, jackass.
Okay, fine. But let Brock and Braun go do something else. Let Finn wrestle Drew McIntyre or someone else for the Universal Championship at Mania.
Here's a grand idea. Even though the first name of my nickname is because of my Finn mark, I don't even give a shit if it's Finn. Get the belt off Brock again. And this all ties back into Roman and the leukemia coming back. And, like, where would we be? Because this shit going on for 4 years. Well, what if Roman wasn't in the scene? Well, what if Roman was, or Vince has a hard on for Roman? Well, now the tables have turned, motherfucker. Now it's Roman's not in the picture because it can't be, and look where we are.
And here I thought it was
Now,
just because
wouldn't you, even your stupid dumbass, rather have Roman as champion than the bullshit we're going back through again?
So you hit the nail on the head. It stagnates everything. It just everything is he's not there. So what's the draw? Your champ's not there. Your draw isn't there.
Right. Exactly. You can be a draw if you're not fucking there to draw.
Well, what I was saying is Brock's not there. Roman's not there. You need to find somebody who can draw eyeballs of any kind in. Putting the strap on Finn does that because it puts someone on pretty much everyone universally likes for the most part on some level. And
you're forgetting about another person that can draw.
Oh, yeah. And it opens you up to new matchups.
Yes. And we spoke of this earlier, since the mid-card titles are absolute shit, it draws you to matches that fucking matter.
Right. So I'm going to go out on that limb. Finn wins the belt at the Rumble due to interference. So now we come basically to the two big question marks of the night. We'll start, just because this is how it's listed, although I predict this will be the main event at the Rumble.
Let's start with the man.
Okay. That's fine. Because I think the women are going to end the show. Would you guys agree with that? The Women's Rumble are going to end the show?
I think so.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Sure.
So the 30-man over-the-top Royal Rumble for the right to have a World Championship match at WrestleMania 35. We don't know who's in the match, everybody, so we don't even know who's going to enter in one, who's going to enter in. The only person we know is in the match and what spot they're in is R-Truth. Because by winning the Mixed Match Challenge, he is number 30.
He got number 30 in the SummerSlam spot. Yes.
Now that we have Stagecoach, we can kind of camp scout.
Complete full circle. Complete full circle.
Samoa Joe announced last week that he was going to be in.
Yeah.
But we don't know
There's other
when,
men announced.
right, but we do know where one person is coming in, and that's R-Truth at third. So let's start here. Is R-Truth going to win the Royal Rumble from the number 30
No.
spot?
I'd love for it, but no chance in
No.
hell.
Okay, that out of the way.
Yes, Grant.
The questions I'll ask are twofold.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll ask three. Who comes in at number one? Who is the Iron Man? And who wins? Matt, I'll start with
That's
you.
threefold, sir.
I added one because I'm stupid. Matt, who comes in
The
at number
first
one?
man. The first man. I'll actually go with Mustafa Ali.
That's a good one.
The Iron Man. Let's see.
Sorry.
The Iron Man, I think, could be Randy Orton. And I believe that Seth Rollins will ultimately win the Royal Rumble match.
Build it like right.
Okay.
Build one like right here.
Allie. Who comes?
I'm not sure all who's in it.
We really don't know who's
Nobody
in the
does.
Rumble.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much just
That's
taking
why I wanted to do
three.
women last, because there's only 7 that we don't know.
Right. So you're basically taking a shot in the dark on all these. Who's number one? Who's the Iron Man? And who wins?
Okay. I think, let's see, coming in at number one. Sheesh, I don't know, because my mind just went blank.
It won't be Curtis Cole.
I know that. I'm not thinking RMP. I'm thinking WWE.
You
I
want
know
I'm trying
you
to help
haven't
you
been watching. I know you haven't been watching, but
Name a wrestler, because it might happen.
yeah.
Okay. The Iron Man is going to be Ambrose. But he's not going to win the Rumble. He'll be the Iron Man. Number one, I see a Sin Cara.
Ooh.
That's a shout.
Yeah, that's a... Okay.
And then I see, I'm going to go with Matt and go with Seth Rollins winning it.
Fuck, that means it's my turn.
Yes, it is. I'll repeat it for you just
Shit.
like I did the other two. Who's number one? Who's the Iron Man? Who wins?
Motherfucker, if you think I can't keep up with the question...
I'm just saying, I'm being a good person.
Can't win. Number one entrant, and I'll do a caveat of I'll do number 1 and 2. Shit, I almost said Ollie and Murphy, but
Those guys.
because I know how they work, like they want the first two to get the crowd going.
And just remember, just because they had a match previously, that does not mean they're out of the Rumble.
Oh, I know, but if they want to be the first two in the Rumble, like that's a tall ask. Let's see. First in the Rumble will be Shawn Michaels.
Oh, I hate you.
That was a joke.
I
Because
hate
I'm
you.
biting time. I'm biting time. First in the Rumble. Shit. Well, I'll go to Iron Man. What I'm thinking about first. Iron Man's going to be Seth. Seth is also going to win. Fuck it. I'll go full circle. And first in the Rumble's Dean. Second in the Rumble, Seth. Seth goes Iron Man, and Seth also wins from the number 2 spot.
That's big time. All right, now I have to put myself on the spot.
Nobody asked you.
Shut up. Will you stop? Number one is going to be Almas. I know his name's Andrade now, but I'm going to call him Almas. Almas is coming in number one. Your Iron Man. Shit.
Gets a little hard, huh, when you start thinking about it.
Yeah, Almas is your number one. Your Iron Man is going to be. Your Iron Man is going to be Kofi Kingston. And your winner is going to be Seth Rollins. I think Rollins is the guy they're going to have win.
Can I switch my since I went like way over the question? Since you mentioned Amos, can we get Amos versus Ray 1-2?
They might do that.
That'd be cool, and that sets up what they've been doing the last few weeks with them versus each other. Have them be 1-2.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see them going 1-2.
And get the crowd going for the Rumble match itself.
Yeah. But now we're on to what I believe will be the main event of the evening, the final match. The 30-woman over the top Royal Rumble for match for a women's championship at WrestleMania 35.
Thank God I had soldiers.
We know several of the names in this match, so this will be a little easier.
Yeah, we know 23 of the 30.
But the question remains the same. Who's number one? Who's the Iron Woman? Who's the winner? Matt, I want to start with you because I think I know what your answers are going to be on some of these. But Matt, who's your number one?
Number one, I actually think it's going to be Nikki Cross. The Iron Woman, believe it or not, I actually think it's going to be Peyton Royce. And the winner,
I believe you saying it.
And the winner of the Royal Rumble match will be none other than the man, Becky Lynch.
Allie.
You really don't want to use it for spies. The spies are super expensive.
I have no idea on this one.
You start saying random names.
Because I don't know who the 23 are.
I mean, we can read them off. It's holy crap! Who are in the women's match?
Now that you think about it, huh?
No, I got it. So first off, the first entrant of the match, because of the mixed match challenge, Carmella is coming in at number 30. So it's Carmella, Ember Moon, Natalia, Bailey, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Alicia Fox, Selena Vega, Naomi, Mickey James, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Charlotte Flair, Tamina, Dana Brooke, Lana, Nia Jax, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, and Lacey Evans.
Okay, Billie Kay's going to come in at number 1.
Oh shit!
The Iron Woman is going to go to Naomi, but Ruby Riott's going to win.
Damn.
I got the guys in the middle. You worry about.
All right.
And sir, you go before I.
Okay, that's fair. They're going to want to pop the crowd early.
Yep.
Naomi's your number 1.
I thought you said they wanted to pop the crowd.
Shut up. Ruby Riott's your Iron Woman. I'm debating whether or not I want to pick an outright winner
I know, right?
or go with what I think is actually going to happen. Oh,
Yeah. Can't we all have that backup?
yes. If you guys want to pick what you think will actually happen, you
Like-
can.
He doesn't really have.
Okay, I'm going to come out and say it. There's going to be shenanigans at the end of this Rumble. The final two
Is
in the
Ronda gonna come debut again?
I hope it's not that.
I'll probe it because these guys are so.
The final two women in the match are going to be Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. And there's going to be a spot where they both go over the top rope.
Oh, for you're subscribing to that theory.
And both their feet are going to hit. And they're going to set up the triple threat at Mania
No.
between Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. They're going to let them both pick.
Depends on which ones you have. You have two of the same once.
Okay,
If that
Let's-
doesn't happen, then
let's
I'll go to-
let's double bet something. How many quads does Vince tear trying to?
all of them, all of the quads. But if there is an outright winner, it's Becky. Becky's winning the Rumble, one way or the other.
Good lad.
But I think it's going to be shenanigans.
Good shenanigans or evil shenanigans?
The next
Kind
person
of-
that says shenanigans, I'm pistol whipping.
I was going to say the kind of shenanigans that get your pistol whipped.
Evil shenanigans.
So, Mox, to your backup prediction.
What now?
What do you think? You've made your prediction on who you think will win.
Not
But
really.
we'll-
Breaking through with just like, I like.
well, you know what? You're right. I went first. Go ahead. I'm stupid.
You're from Ohio. Well, it's not even from Ohio. You're a Browns fan.
And you're from Texas. And you root for the
This
Texans.
guy got.
I mean, the Titans. I mean, what is it again?
You son of a bitch. Shouldn't you be a Ravens fan?
No, I shouldn't.
See how that works? You see how when your home team leaves, it breaks your heart. You see,
Stupid.
you feel the pain when they go to the Super Bowl. Do you feel it?
I felt it twice, sir. You don't have to
At
explain
least your
it
old
to me.
team won the Super Bowl. My team just made it, and we were half a yard away. Anyway, so for the women's Royal Rumble, what? Go ahead.
I was going to say, to your predictions, lay them out.
I'm gonna go first. Will be Naomi, and with the caveat of second being Mandy,
I can see that.
because people have different opinions of how much Naomi pops the crowd, but it's a good entrance, and going into a Rumble, the crowd gets blacked out, and you get to glow and stuff.
Yeah, being number one and two affords the workers to have their normal entrance. So if you want to have Naomi's actual entrance,
Right, full on entrance. So
Right.
Naomi first, and with the storyline that's going on, fuck it, put Mandy second. Give them time on their own, before 3, 4, 5, and so on go forth. So that Naomi will be my first, as far as that question. My answer for who's first. Iron Woman. Shit, if Sasha was already in a match, could she still also be Iron? You know what? Speaking of limbs, Natalia.
I could see that.
Somebody's got to call that motherfucker, in all the chaos.
Yeah, I
Might
could
as well
see-
have it be iconic.
Sir, you're a fan of Michelin.
Sir. So we're talking about things that could actually happen.
Ooh.
I'll go with Natalia, but I can also swap that out for Mickey.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Somebody, that where I'm going with this, right?
A veteran who can call
Yeah.
it.
That pull all the shit together.
Sasha
Like
did
everybody
it last year.
about spots, you still got to do shit in between.
You have to keep track of what's happening. And typically, it's a vet who knows what they're doing, who kind of ends up on the outside so they can call it.
Yeah.
It's what Jericho did a few years back. Sasha did it last year for the women. They
And
need
I
that.
call Sasha right away, right now, if it wasn't for the match she's going to have against Ronda. She's going to be in the Rumble. She's just not going to be in it early enough to be
The Iron Woman, the caller, basically.
the winner of the matches were damn, that's going to take some thinking.
And just as a heads up, no, you cannot pick Tony Storm.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah, you can if you want, but
Man always holding me down on what I can and cannot pick.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Um, it's either Becky or Charlotte.
Hey.
And 10 minutes after
Come on,
TLC
dude.
ended,
I did the
the first
most.
thing I said and Matt and AA were both,
You killed the most people that great. Good job.
it's leading to that.
I had to
Nope,
listen once.
nope. Well, what are you talking about then? There's a triple threat at WrestleMania. You can go back and listen to because we literally did a results show after TLC. I said we're getting a triple threat at WrestleMania. Ronda, Charlotte, Becky. That's what's happening.
Yeah, they've done
But
everything.
how they get there, I don't know.
Right.
So, and I'm conflicted. Like one of them would kind of have to win the Rumble to get halfway there, but then either one could not win the Rumble and just do something versus Asuka. Shenanigans, man.
Yeah,
Um, shit, man. I hate saying this, but I say it with a big grain of. There's a whole lot the other stuff I want to say with it is Charlotte wins the Rumble. I fucking hate myself for saying that.
I mean, if they want Phoenix, Arizona to riot, then go for it.
well, that's a Ruby wins.
Hey, and yeah, I know you said that in jest. Ruby wins, and she wants to face Asuka, and then your triple threat for, or at least my triple threat, the triple threat for WrestleMania, all clear and done. Ruby Riott versus Asuka, WrestleMania triple threat for the Raw Women's. There you go, Ruby Riott. There, there you go.
The cleanest thing they could do is to separate the two. Becky Ronda. Becky wins Rumble. She goes to do the thing for the Raw Women's Championship. They need to figure out a winner for something for SmackDown Women's Champion. Charlotte somehow gets that, or Naomi, Nikki Cross, something different. That would be the cleanest option.
And that would be the best option because one story is literally already there,
Right.
and that's Ronda and the Raw Women's Championship. That story's right there. The other story and the best story would be somebody else winning and going after Asuka for her. Carmella. She wants her title back.
And Carmella comes in at number 30. I mean,
Yeah.
they could go different ways here. We know they could. The problem is we know where they have to go.
Right. And I think they're pigeonholing themselves if they're thinking that's the only way they can get there because it's not. They can get to that triple threat numerous of ways,
They
but at the same time not sacrificing the SmackDown Women's Championship and a story there. They can do both at the same time. It's just if and are they ballsy enough to pull both off at the same time?
I think they're so hyper focused on what they have to do with Becky and Mania that it's going to cloud some things. Um, to them, the
Set out
quick and
against
easy,
the
they have to. I think they think the quick and painless way from getting to get to where they want to go is to have Becky win, so she can go from SmackDown to Raw.
Here's a side question. Since Becky is in a title match, and this is all assuming match order, that the Becky title match goes on earlier. Becky's one of the 7 that's not announced. How does she get in? Does she just she's one of the music hits and it's Becky, or does since Nia is in, does she just fuck Nia up as payback and take Nia's spot to get in?
Technically, she already got her payback.
Well, technically yes, but in this scenario, we need more payback.
I agree. I think they might just straight up announce her, let her come in.
Yeah, I honestly, that's how I feel. Becky's gonna be one of the 7. The music hits. She's gonna be,
And she'll come in. She's
worse
going
for
to
wear.
come in later on.
Oh yeah,
This isn't going to be Becky shows up at number 15.
no, it's gonna be in the high to mid 20s, and she's gonna show up, worse for wear from the match she just had, where Oscar retains, but she's gonna be there. There's a good story there of, when Nia was supposed to be in this spot. Well, you knocked me out of, Survivor Series, so I just knocked you the fuck out. There's a good story there, and it can go either way, but it doesn't have to go to I'm taking your spot. You just got this spot because you're the man.
Right. And another thing I'll mention is this is the year where there's no drama behind number 30.
Yeah,
So number 29, 28 is going to be where that surprise. Numbers 25 to 29 is where you're going to get that big surprise.
AJ Styles entered at number 3.
That's true. So we'll see. I feel like, but I think Becky does get into the Rumble. Now, come Sunday night in the women's title match, if Becky's match is right before the Rumble, or they situated to where the women's Rumble is first and the men's Rumble is last, which would eliminate Becky from being in the Rumble.
I don't think so.
No, because the Rumble matches are
Traditionally, they're towards the end, but I don't think they're going to put the Rumbles back to back. So something's going to. They're going to configure them in a way to where it doesn't back in the entire paper.
I only got 2 words for you. Undisputed champion.
All right, fine. But like I said, I think Becky walks out of there a winner, either with shenanigans or straight up. And that's it. Any final thoughts or concerns regarding the Royal Rumble pay-per-view? I leave it open to the panel.
This show has a lot of potential. I think ultimately
he's going places. We do have a lot of potential.
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of worried about it, because for as much potential as it does have, I think it may end up being the most disappointing show since WrestleMania 32.
Because this motherfucker didn't even hear what I said.
Well, because they have a chance to make the landscape so much more entertaining. It would be so much more entertaining to have Sasha as champion, to have Becky as champion, to have someone else as tag team champions for SmackDown, to have Finn Balor as Universal Champion. And I just don't think any of that is going to happen.
The rabbit. No, it is the rabbit. You stupid Scottish twit.
Anything you want to add to that, Max?
Yeah, he still didn't hear what I said, but that's okay.
What?
I like when the cinemas are like, go on, bullets. Chop his head off.
You
What did you
said,
say?
this show has a great potential. I said, yeah, VWP does have a great potential. And you just went on shitting on VWP. I know we've kept, it's 12:30 Rice's time. I know we've kept him up way too late.
Yeah, but I'll deal.
SK wanted to come on and give his predictions if either one of you guys are. I know Rice has to go, but
Yeah,
if
I'll
matter,
I'll take my leave real quick before SK comes on. So thanks again, guys, for letting me on.
no.
I know you didn't want me on, but thank you to Matt and Allie for letting me on.
I sent you a screenshot of what I thought.
I know you did, jerk. Um,
Love you. You know I love you.
I know. Thanks again, guys, for letting me on. As Mock said earlier, you can send all your hate mail to @PWFan1 on Twitter. 01 on Twitter, just in case you want to yell at me for any reason. Mock's
Just yell
already
out
does
for
that.
any reason. Like if you slip and fall like in snow or whatever with all the
And you
bad
just
weather,
need something to yell at, you can
yeah,
come yell at me. It's fine.
@PWFan01, just let it all out. Just give anything going wrong in your life, just tweet him.
I'll be like your personal Tony Robbins. It's fine.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
Please don't. Um, Thanks again, guys, and I will catch you all on the other side of the rumble.
Alrighty.
Thanks for
Goodbye.
being on, as
Thank you
always.
so much.
No
Thank you.
problem. Bye, Matt. The
But
Iconics are going to lose.
How dare you?
oh, see, and he will listen to this tomorrow. This MFer is gonna do that and then click exit real quick so nobody can talk back to him. This dude right here.
I'm going to remember that.
Yep. Oh, trust me, it's already in my memory bank. It's already there. That he's shady. He's from Ohio. What do you expect? He's from Cleveland.
That just means he's crazy.
Oh, 4 for 10 for not following up with Michael. Speaking of, what the hell are they doing with Dean?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I mean, they've screwed this character up so bad that I'm not even interested.
Yeah, and that's so sad.
It's
Because,
sad when a crazed fan like me for Dean is no longer interested.
and that the same here. Like I love Dean, and all of a sudden it's just it went from my love for him to it's not that I don't care about him, but damn, has it fallen off? I sent Granny the link so if he wants to come on, he could just a quick Rumbles prediction while we chit chat. But man, they've what, and it wasn't just like it was already in the making of what they were doing with him because they were already kind of not doing good, doing well by him. And then after his return, and then the Hill stuff, like okay, we're excited, and then we get what we got, and so many ways they could have gone about it that didn't involve that. Did I lose you guys?
Nope.
Nope. What's Cassie doing?
She's on the floor asleep.
See, you have the one good dog out of all of us.
But what
I,
about Shadow?
what about Raven? Your dog was on some tonight. What the
Yeah.
hell was that about? Well, I know, like he just got. I no longer have balls, but damn.
Well, then he has to wear a cone, so
Oh,
he
he's
doesn't have to hurt himself or try and get his stitches and all that stuff.
yeah. Oh, bless his heart. He's in that cone.
Mm-hmm.
The cone of shame.
Yeah.
Yes. Womp womp. Oh man, your chair's to be lively. And I know we're getting dead air because they're still alive. But hey, are you gonna be up for? It's 11:30 my time, so 10:30 your time. You gonna be up for a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're gonna have to make sure that I follow through where I get to my actual laptop and log in, so I can get our Twitch key back.
I got a pair of brand new roller skates. You got a brand new key.
What in the wow? Matt went full wing on us on that one.
We need to have him as a guest one day.
He's been on a couple times. He always does the top 5.
I like his top 5.
So do I.
Yes.
Okay, quit
It,
sitting on the cord.
sorry, I'll move.
Not you, me.
Oh, so what other wrestling thoughts do you guys have since? Now we can even go back from since last Tuesday, just like independent scene stuff. Anything that anybody wants to chit chat about, or
Well, there's some news coming out of from RMP. Something big's coming down the pike.
oh, you're our insider.
I don't know what it is. He won't tell anyone.
Oh,
But they were having a big meeting at the Pepsi Center today.
we need to get you a press pass or something. Like I'm here for the media.
I mean, they wouldn't let anyone know. But I'll keep you updated on what I find out.
Nice.
But it's something big.
I'm so proud of them for managing the a little over a year we've been covering them. They've like blown up so much. Like it was already there, and I'm not gonna speak for them, and specifically like Matt Yaden, but like I think it's even taken them aback of how just in a year that they've grown. When I say grown, like all these other, the domestic deals and the international TV deals and that kind of stuff, like that's got to be a good feeling. Like when you put your head on your pillow,
Yeah.
like damn, I started this and
And look where it's gone.
exactly. That's got to be a good feeling for him and. Well, that's that. I think Greeny the link.
Yep.
Oh, he's here. Greeny,
Yeah.
yo.
Hey,
My God, it's the lean, mean, greeny machine.
yep. Let me just get some stuff off because it's one of the good things of having enough time off is you can really attack your DVR. So
What have you been watching?
well, pretty much whatever's been on the DVR for these ones, and realizing that I have really gone behind on MLW TV. So
Oh, speaking of, we talked about the latest episode to start this episode of VWP. How far caught up are you?
I basically just destroyed everything was on my DVR, but I had like 14 or so episodes on it. So it's still kind of a hard thing because MLW seems from all the moves, moving and shaking, like they're going to be the biggest victim of the current shakeups in the wrestling world right now. So what we see is probably going to be different in even a couple months or so.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The comings and goings and all that.
Mm-hmm. A shame. It's a very nice show. If it wasn't for the fact that AEW and WWE and Ring of Honor have all been picking it clean.
And it's still a very good show. Like it's
just
go ahead.
Oh, it's like it's going to be the real test to see how good it is now, because now they're going to have to really find a lot of the next wave of stars. So,
And that's gonna happen. Like that has to happen.
mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody looks back at early aughts Ring of Honor, and even before then and past then. Where did this talent come from? It's been there.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's even been able to get some cases where they've revitalized the talent they have. Like right now with how he's doing in MLW versus the news he's now an announcer, you can finally question, has Simon Gotch taken Aiden English's place as the Shawn Michaels of the Vaudevillains?
Not yet, I wouldn't think.
Nah, because he's a dirty traitor.
I knew that was coming.
Yes, but we knew Simon Gotch was not to be trusted anyway, so...
His last name's Gotch. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be better if I said his first name's Simon? Like,
I mean, you are forgetting about the real MVP of MLW.
yeah.
And who would that be, in your opinion?
Selena De La Renta.
That I could definitely see on this one, and it is a plus that it's just she works as how they can get any good luchador in and automatically have a threat just because she's managing them. So that helps when you have people like Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix working everywhere, or have stuff like Garza Jr. and Ultimo Ninja working there in order to negotiate with WWE and stuff like that.
It does not hurt at all that she is absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just throwing that out there. But anytime you bring her up, Matt will say it just like that.
Well, it does help on those ones because she's good, but I haven't seen anything that sets her apart from, say, Zelina Vega, for example. So
True.
Mhm.
A quick rundown. Do you, off the top of your head, do you know the Rumble card?
the Rumble card, let me get it off the top. I don't have it on me, so let me go to my producers when Roche isn't here. As seen on this award-winning, in my own mind, shows Whacked Out Wrestling, we remind you the June 8th, where you will be having a live event at this New England Fan Fest. So,
And VWP will be there.
yep. Okay, I have the card up. So,
Well, we started from pre-show. We ended with the women's Rumble because there's, it's WWE Women's Wrestling Entertainment after all. But if you want to give your predictions real quick of.
Well, from what I have in each one, the pre-show match for the U.S. title, that just seems like the best example that we didn't think it was going to happen after the victory, but the curse of number 14 still exists. From the men's Rumble win last year to the pre-show, I'm still assuming it's going to be Rusev there because Nakamura has really fallen off in the last few months, and at least Rusev seems like the right person to put your hopes on in this new era.
Okay. I think, didn't we all go with Rusev on this?
Yep. That was a clean sweep with all of us.
Yeah, we started keeping track of, because we do prediction shows and nobody ever keeps tracks. We started keeping track of. So
Okay,
put
then.
Granny down for Rusev.
For the Cruiserweight Championship, I'm assuming right now it seems like it's a question mark because Kalisto's still got stuff with the Lucha House Party. Hideo Itami and Akira Tozawa are question marks. Buddy Murphy may be the most unsung hero of last year and deserved some love for most valuable player of the year simply because in January it took one of the biggest problems and darkest moments in wrestling history to get Enzo Amore fired from the company on it, and 205 Live was in a shambles. Buddy Murphy shows up as a warm body for the tournament, and just by being on fire with his matches, brings 205 Live back from the dead. I would say that he should win, but with Mustafa Ali's promotion, I would even give it to Hideo Itami just so that Murphy can get the call up to the main roster.
I could see that. I think we all called Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got the scorecard? AA? Matt?
Wait, what?
Nobody? Okay. The who we picked. I have it in my head. I'll put it on.
Murphy.
Yeah, we all picked Murphy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, going from the title matches, The Bar versus The Miz and Shane McMahon.
Here's where it gets fun.
Honestly, this one, it's kind of weird because The Bar hasn't been setting the world on fire as champions. I could see it go there, and honestly, well, you got to do this. I mean, it's kind of proof of how badly the WWE's been botching their booking when you've got the best in the world and he hasn't held a title since 1998. That is disgusting. You got to give The Miz and Shane McMahon the win here just because of that.
I'm grinning so hard I can't talk.
Yes. But seriously, it does work on this one since The Miz and Shane McMahon just seems like they'd be an interesting tag team champion to work with. It just seems like there'd be so many ways to go with that. And right now, if they're going to make the tag team division mean something, you've got to give more and more options right now. I think that The Miz and Shane McMahon would be good enough that they could probably be really fun as a tag team. And yet, the New Day, the Usos, the Bludgeon Brothers, the Sanity and Gallows and Anderson, even the Colognes would have something to say about that. So that's always fun. So I'm going Miz and Shane McMahon.
That's what I went with.
I think this was another clean sweep, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Unless Matt is being contrary.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, Matt went with the bar because hatred of a certain individual in this match bled through.
Okay, then. Raw Women's Championship. Honestly, it's just a shame that Rousey looked terrible on this one, and Sasha Banks has been so good for the last 3 weeks as a performer on it and trying to make this mean something, while Ronda Rousey's promo on Raw can be best described as cocaine's a hell of a drug. But yeah, unfortunately, even if there was a tag team loss on this one, Ronda Rousey's not losing at Royal Rumble. It just isn't happening.
No.
So
I believe that's another clean sweep.
yeah, the only thing I'd say on this one is the hot take. This match is better than 3 stars. That's my other prediction on that one. I'm not going to say 4 or 5 stars, but I will say this match has higher than 3 stars in the Observer after this.
I'll pose a side question because of Sasha, right?
No, I think of both of them. Sasha's been very good. Ronda's picked it up better than anyone could have expected in the last year. So I think this could actually be a very good match.
Okay, I get you.
Mm-hmm. And that ties to the next one, which should be a good match in Asuka versus Becky Lynch. And this one's one of those cases where I don't know what's going to happen. It basically ties on if they're going to have anybody do double duty in the Rumble for these. And I think that Becky Lynch loses this match to Asuka. But the big question is that I'm not sure which Royal Rumble she's in. I'm sure she's doing double duty, but for all the things that make me think that Charlotte has the Women's Royal Rumble on lock as a possibility, there's that nagging thought of me that thinks that if WWE wanted to do the most controversial thing, the thing that everybody in the world would have an opinion on, positive, negative, what have you, and would be the thing that gets some news stories on this one, the best way they could do it is the man beats the men.
Put Becky Lynch in the men's Royal Rumble.
Put her in the Royal Rumble and give her the win is to get Becky and Charlotte both the Rumble wins. And the sad thing is, I don't know if that's particularly Stanish or if that would make complete sense.
Because you and I are like bluntly honest with each other. Mm-hmm. I'd lean more to that being a little Stanish versus making sense.
Yeah. And that's really the weird thing on this one, because it'll tie into the Women's Rumble on this one, where there's 2 people who should win, and I don't know how they're going to handle that. And I don't think they have the guts to do a 94 finish.
They don't. They don't.
Plus, the 94 finish kind of sucked anyway, so. So, yeah, I'm picking Asuka's going to win, but Lynch is doing double duty. And whichever Rumble it ends, I don't know where it ends up. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE title. Again, I just don't know who wins this match. I could see either person winning it because Styles probably needs something for WrestleMania, and he probably needs the title to have something meaty for Mania. But Daniel Bryan, I don't know if there's a good opponent for him if he wins the title. So, but Bryan's in that level where he needs a good opponent. So really, I'm going with I don't know. So since I'm going with I don't know, I'm deferring to champ retains. So Daniel Bryan.
That's basically how all of us went. We all went Daniel Bryan, but basically for the same reasoning.
Mm-hmm. Brock Lesnar and Finn Balor for the Universal title. In a perfect world, Finn Balor's winning the title here. This is not a perfect world. Brock Lesnar is winning.
This is the one match that, when I say agree, like we all agree what should happen, but Adam Rice went on a limb of, like he predicted. Like, obviously, in a perfect world, like Brock Lesnar shouldn't even be, like, okay, he's an attraction, whatever, but Finn should win it, and there might actually be a title to defend, week to week. We all went Brock, and Adam went, put himself out there with Finn wins it, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then. And for the Royal Rumble on this one, since we already know who's number 30 on it in R-Truth and Carmella, there's six things I would predict in each one. Who takes number 1? Who takes number 2? Who's in the final 4? Who's the Iron Man? Who's the most eliminations? And who's the winner? And plus one hot take from each of them as well. So for the men's Rumble, we know 20 of the 30 people on the card. So, judging from this, my prediction is number 1 is going to be Rey Mysterio. Any other predictions for number 1 from you guys?
I said Sin Cara.
I said Almas with Ray being number 2.
Mm-hmm. And number 1 in this case?
Almas.
Okay, then. That was actually kind of similar to mine because I did think that Ray would be number 1 and number 2 would be coming up next on the stage. Put your hands together for Andrade. So that would pretty much be my number 2 pick as well. So we're pretty much similar there. You, Matt?
Number 1, I think, will be Mustafa Ali.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, Samoa Joe.
Both of those seem to be pretty good ones with the storyline as well. So on the men's side, my pick for the final 4 will be John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and the first big one of it, Braun Strowman. So I think we've got McIntyre, Strowman, Cena, and Rollins as the final 4.
But everybody's reporting that Cena is going to miss the Rumble.
But apparently they said that he might make it to the Rumble anyway. And there's claims that it may have been a fake injury.
I was using it was supposed to be a kayfabe story to begin with. I was using a bad joke.
Yeah. And if that's the case, I would say the winner would be Cena if they're trying to make a kayfabe story, which also helps because Cena versus Bryan seems like a good match for Mania.
This is my goddamn house rules, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, for the other ones, the Iron Man of the Rumble will be Rey Mysterio.
Again?
Mm-hmm. If he can do it, I think either Rey or Andrade will be the Iron Man, so that would be there. Most eliminations, I'm going with Lars Sullivan is the most eliminations person. And my hot take for the Rumble on this one would be Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream will not be in the men's Royal Rumble. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa will be.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm. Those would basically be my picks on each of the big ones for the men's Rumble. And then for the women's Rumble, where we have 23 of 30 entered for this one, I'm thinking number 1 and number 2 will be Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. So I think it's going to be one tag team is going to be number 1 and number 2, and they've already done the Iconics as in the Evolution Battle Royal. So I think that they give 1 and 2 to the Riot Squad. Any thoughts there for you guys?
I'll
Number
let Matt
1
answer
will be
first.
Nikki Cross. 2, let's see. Number 2 would be Ruby Riott.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have as Iron Woman?
Iron Woman.
Peyton Royce.
I'm thinking that honestly, I think this is the time when they do the first time since 2006 where somebody has the Triple Crown. Iron Man, most eliminations, and wins the Rumble. And that person will be Charlotte Flair.
I don't like you anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know it's a problem, but it just seems like if they're going to be doing this, they'll be trying to make it so that Becky Lynch has to work for everything she has, and then they'll just do something that would have Charlotte just get the complete Triple Crown on it. And the fact that it's so rare they have someone who had that Triple Crown where they win the Royal Rumble, get the most eliminations in the Rumble, and they're the Iron Man is something that seems like would put everything above Charlotte Flair and really give Becky Lynch has to work for this to the whole storyline.
Hey, do you have any besides what we talked about earlier, are you rethinking anything on your Rumble predictions for men or women?
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sticking to okay.
Meanwhile, the final 4 I think is going to be Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch shows up in this Rumble, Sonya Deville is the surprise person, and Bayley. So I think those 4 get the final 4. So, and then the hot take of the mix on this one will be Shayna Baszler will not be in the Royal Rumble, but at least one woman from the Mae Young Classic who we do not know is hired by WWE will make her debut in the Rumble.
Ellering?
It seems like a very likely person, but given the rumors on that one that she's already hired, I wouldn't be shocked if they go really out there and go with someone like, say, Mercedes Martinez, who would be a shocking signing, but makes sense when she was in the last 2 Mae Young Classics.
I mean, Bull Nakano's been thrown out there just today. Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've heard the rumors that Melina's going to be in the Rumble, and that would be pretty interesting there as well. So, but I'm pretty sure that if we get a big shocker on this one, it's going to be someone that no one could have seen coming for it, and that would look to a Mae Young Classic signing. Even if I think Baszler would possibly do it, but I'm assuming that they may give Bianca Belair the win just so that she can be an automatic bid into the Rumble on it. I'm assuming Toni Storm will be in as NXT UK Women's Champ and the Mae Young Classic winner. So there's at least two things for the automatic bids that should go in. So I think that we do see a shock debut in the Rumble.
Just from shock debut from Mae Young Classic that hasn't been signed yet.
Mm-hmm.
That we know of. Is that what you? I'm sorry, it's writing really hard and it's getting hard to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you meant?
I basically mean that someone who's been in Mae Young Classics, but we don't know has signed completely. So. And honestly, that seems to be one of the weirder ones because usually the big problem with women's performers is that they're lower than top male performers, so you should be able to get a big signing past everyone, but we kind of know who's on WWE's radar, and none of them totally shock people. So honestly, given those ones, given the fact of what's been rumored and what's going on, actually, I'll go with my hot take: Piper Niven's in the Royal Rumble.
If you guys can hear me, I'm gonna sign out. I'm at Fireman6809 on Twitter. Find us on Twitch and YouTube, Violent Wrestling Podcast. I apologize. New round was coming. I didn't expect this. I can't hear anything going on, so I'll let AA handle it from here, which she always handles it. But I can't hear anything, and the lights in my house are flashing. So love you guys. Talk to you soon. Thank you to Rice and SK for being on and giving their predictions. And I will talk to you guys soon. And I'm going to have to hang up here.
Okay.
Love you. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
But yeah, that one's from the raining on them. That would be my one hot take on it. Piper Niven appears in the Royal Rumble.
That you've put a lot of thought into this one.
Yeah. Well, usually Royal Rumbles are pretty big on this one. Like, you always have to try and go with the best on the Rumbles, and it's always a question because on the fantasy booking scene where me and Andrew McHale / WWOR Duke really connected on these ones. He's a very good Rumble booker, and I learned from osmosis how to do some of it. And it usually was weird for the women's Rumbles because they don't seem to click with my golden ratio for a good Rumble. And that golden ratio that I've always come to is the best Rumbles are at a 1-3-1 system. For every good Royal Rumble, one person should be a favorite and be positioned as this person has a chance to win the Royal Rumble. 3 people on the list should just be warm bodies there to make up numbers. And one person should be a surprise. A commentator, a woman, a midget, a celebrity, a legend coming back, what have you, just a fun surprise. If you do 1-3-1, it'll probably be a good Rumble for every 5 performers in the match.
Okay, I never thought of it like that before. That's
Mhm.
good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, it always just seems kind of weird on them, but it just seems like it clicks for every 5 on it. So by and large, you should have 6 surprises and 6 people who have a chance to win it all.
So you don't see Seth Rollins winning at all then?
I could see Seth Rollins winning it all, but it's kind of hard because I could see anyone being an opponent for Brock Lesnar. It makes sense, but I can't see a lot of good opponents for Daniel Bryan, if that makes sense. So I'd assume that SmackDown or Cena wins the Rumble.
Matt, your thoughts?
On what?
You got any thoughts
On what?
on what Greenie was talking about?
Not really. I mean, if I had to choose like a favorite or something like that, it's kind of funny that she's not technically announced yet. Oh, Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Honestly, that's one of the questions because usually with the people who are doing double duty, especially in a title match, you can't actually announce Becky Lynch is in because then you're basically spoiling Asuka's totally winning her match.
There's no shame in having Becky win both.
Yeah, well,
Undisputed champion.
mhm.
That's because Asuka's turned heel, right?
Honestly, if you're going to do that, just have Becky Lynch goes into the men's battle royal. The man beats the men. Then Becky Lynch beats Brock Lesnar for the title.
It's not a bad idea.
Yep, could be a lot worse. So, and really, Brock Lesnar's gone to his title reign is less than nothing. They would be better off with nothing at all.
Anything that has Becky coming out ahead is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it does work on those ones because that seems like that right now she still needs to be in that hard work thing. And honestly, I'm thinking that Becky Lynch is runner-up in the Royal Rumble for that reason, to keep selling she has to work 3 times as hard as everybody else does to get to where she is when more people get handed everything by comparison. And it wouldn't shock me even if she gets the Iron Man in most eliminations, but is second place, similar to Kane in 2001, which might be the best performance by one wrestler who didn't win the match.
Dead air.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always the weakness of not having anybody who's a good starter for these things on it, and always being a little bit awkward in silences.
Yeah, and as Mock said, we did cover all of this earlier.
Yeah. So it's probably a good time to end, really. So
That's what I was thinking. What do you think, Matt?
I think so.
mm-hmm.
I think we've covered just about everything.
Yep. So it was nice being on, and it's always a pleasure to see you guys.
Well, thanks for coming on, Green.
Yep.
No problem.
And where can they find you, Matt, and the Ruthless Aggression Era podcast?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Melmat15, also on Cage on Seats. in the daily and the nightly, and I'm hoping to do a new Ruthless Aggression Era episode this week. I don't think there's going to be any guarantees because I need to get the book first. Because the episode I want to do it on is Ric Flair's To Be the Man book, but I need to rent the book from the library in order to do the episode. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it this week, but I'm going to try my best to do it.
Okay, and you can find me on Twitter at Lady Rashana or on Twitch at Violent Wrestling Podcast, no G. You can find me in the daily, when I'm in the daily, as Ambrose Alley. And that does it for tonight, folks. See everyone later.